Hello, football fans, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium as we get the 2014 Texas High School football season underway with the Teague Lions taking on the Lexington Eagles. I'm Lark Smith along with the coach, Butch Henry. And coach, the brand new scoreboard here might see a whole lot of numbers on the scoreboard because we got a couple of offenses tonight that return 11 men to that side of the ball.
Yeah, and besides that, you got new rules this year with the 40-second clock. We'll have to see how that plays out. But this is a Teague team that's very dangerous. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the Central Texas and Skinner. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But I tell you what, they've got high hopes. They're ranked number 9 in Texas football.
This is the first game of 3 here at Waco ISD Stadium to start this season of the Derrick Johnson Classic. On Friday night, we'll have the University Trojans taking on the Belton Tigers. Then the Waco High Lions will get their season underway on Saturday against the Knights from Harker Heights. It's all coming up here in a moment on Waco ISD TV. Welcome back to Waco ISD Stadium as we get ready for the first game of the Derrick Johnson Heart of Texas Kickoff Classic. The Teague Lions going up against the Lexington Eagles. The captains are meeting at midfield right now to decide who's going to get the football first. The Teague Lions, they're in the orange jerseys and the white pants, the white helmets with the big T on the side. The visitors from Lexington, the Eagles, are in the green helmets with the white jerseys and the green pants. Coach, who's the guys in the striped shirts tonight?
They're all from the Waco chapter. The referee is Greg McCrary. Umpire is Steve Finley. The linesman is Mike Otto. Line judge is Ryan Thomas. The back judge is William Peanut Necessary. And ironically, 3 of the 4 captains of Teague are their skill players. They're quarterback Austin Skinner, running back John Love, and wide receiver Aaron Mitchell. Those guys, will be calling their names a lot tonight. Austin Skinner is one of the better quarterbacks in Central Texas. He's a dandy.
Looks like Teague has won the toss, and the Lexington Eagles have decided to defend the south goal, so the Teague Lions will receive, and they'll be going from left to right on your TV screen as we start tonight's ball game. Again, this is the first game of 3 here to start the 2014 high school football season in this Derrick Johnson Kickoff Classic. On Friday night, the University Trojans will be here to take on the Belton Tigers. And, Coach, that should be a pretty high hill for the Trojans to try to climb.
It'd be a very high hill for them to climb. But I'll be quite honest, Lexington has had some good football teams. They struggled last year. They were 2-8, but they've got the makings of a good football team. But this Teague team is loaded. They won 8 games last year. They got their sights set on the state championship, and they do have the skilled people to do that.
And then the Saturday game will be the Waco High Lions taking on the Knights from Harker Heights. And Waco High has a lot of expectations for this season.
Yep, big expectations, so.
See, the 2 teams have come onto the field. The Teague Lions will be the home team on the near side. Plenty of other action going on around the state of Texas. On Saturday in Hico, they've got the big Super Saturday 6-man showdown going on up in Hico.
Is Elvis going to be there again?
There may be somebody that kind of like Elvis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then again, you never know where Elvis will show up.
That's it.
And then there's also a 5-man or 6-man extravaganza going on in Zephyr, Texas, and it gets underway tonight.
They got artificial surface in Zephyr. You know that?
I've been by that stadium.
And recently. You know what? There's another good game tonight down in Belton. Mary Hart-Bader and Martin Goldwaite.
Absolutely. So there's plenty of action to get things underway in the Central Texas area for the 2014 high school football season. And there's also quite a few classic-type games going on in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You've got the Tom Landry Classic that's been going on there for years. And Dale Hansen has started up a classic at Waxahachie. They have a couple of good games there at Lumpkin Stadium in Waxahachie. So you can maybe see an entire season of football in the first weekend.
Yeah, you really can. There's a lot of it. And college kicking off tonight. So, football season's here. That's all I can tell you.
Certainly is.
Now
We're going to have the school songs and the national anthem from the two teams.
You'll please remain standing. We'll have a playing of the national anthem
by the Teague High School Band.
Coach, I didn't do it because I'd have to take off my shoes to do it, but if I'd have counted the band members, I think there's just as many members in the Teague band as there are in their football team.
Probably so, and you know, maybe there's some folks still on the way, but it's not that far from here to Teague. Now, Lexington had a little further trip to make, as you well know.
That's always good to see the total participation of the student body in some type of extracurricular activity. There you see the Teague sideline there. New head coach, Donnie Osborne. Teague last year went 7-4, but UIL realigned during the offseason, and they've placed them in District 11, 3A, Division I. And tonight they're taking on Division II school. I don't know if that makes any real difference.
How's Marie doing?
Marie?
Osborne?
I don't think that's
Osmond.
Oh,
okay, Osmond. Okay. Just thought I'd throw that in. Yeah, they are the pretty tough district, though. Elkhart's going to be good. Malakoff, those guys are pretty tough. I don't know that much about Palestine Westwood, but I'm just telling you right now, this is a Teague team. I'll be surprised if they don't win at least 10 football games.
Lexington getting ready to kick the ball off. Colby Bexby, a freshman, lines it up on the South 40. He'll be kicking it away to the speedster, Aaron Mitchell, number 1, along with number 10, Mikhail Shepard. Pooch it up short at the 22-yard line. Unable to break a tackle at the 26 is Lucas Kalami. It'll be first down and 10 for the Teague Lions, beginning at the 27-yard line.
This first quarter, Lexington will have the wind, which pretty good breeze blowing from right to left on your television screen. So we'll see how Austin Skinner and his buddies get this thing started, because that guy threw for 33 touchdowns last year. And they have a three-headed monster in him, Love, and Mitchell. Keep your eyes on 15, 11, and 1.
15 is Austin Skinner, the senior quarterback, looking to pass in the near flat, and it's complete to that man, Aaron Mitchell. He's got a free run straight up the near hash marks all the way to the end zone. That is a 75, 74, 73-yard touchdown pass.
I told you, keep your eye on number 1. He can fly. He had 19 touchdowns last year. He was wide open. That was a good call from the coaches, and I mean, he just took the ball, tucked it in, and just outran everybody. Nice play.
Say the least, a breakdown in the defensive secondary.
I would say that is. is the case. We have an opportunity to maybe look at it again in a minute. We'll see exactly maybe what happened.
It's number 3, Mario Medina, on to try the extra point from the hold of J.T. Jones. And it is good. Gee, we're all of 18 seconds into the game, and the Teague Lions are on the scoreboard. It's 7-0 Teague.
You're Coach Osborne, you can't be much happier than that. First play of the game, go 75 yards for a touchdown. So this Lexington team's going to have to regroup. And if I'm Teague, and when I get the ball back, I'm going to go back and run that same play until they stop it.
There you go. Well, coaches say every play in the playbook is designed to go the distance.
It is. It is. But there was nobody within 10 yards of him when he caught the ball.
Let's see what the Lexington Eagles can do to counter the quick strike offense of the Teague Lions. 73 yards from Skinner to Mitchell for the first score of the season.
You know, Lexington's in the district of Franklin and Buffalo and Hearn. That's not an easy district either, and Franklin always has a good football team. So let's see now, last year the Teague defense was not very good. They only have 4 starters back from that defense, so that's going to be their Achilles heel this year if they have one.
Kicking off for Teague is senior Zach Harris. Single deep for Lexington is Justin Barron. He's a sophomore. It doesn't look like Lexington's expecting Teague to kick the ball deep. And he pops it up on the near side and it is an onside kick that's going to be recovered by Teague. Mario Medina is there to get on top of it, and the Teague Lions have the football once again. And they are in Lexington territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, that's one of those situations where probably should have called for a fair catch, but they didn't, and that was well designed. So I tell you one thing, Coach Osborne's pulling out all the stops early on.
So the Lexington offense has to stay on the sideline once again. The head coach for Lexington, Kirk Mull, discussing things with the officials on the far side.
You think it went 10 yards maybe?
Looked like it went 10 yards to me.
Me too.
So here's the Teague offense once again. That Mitchell fella's in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Looking the opposite way, they come across the middle and it's incomplete. Intended on the quick slant to Mikael Shepard.
That ball a little bit underthrown that time. Good coverage by Andrew Lane. And there's a young man named Berto Lauro, wears number 5 for Lexington, that was all district last year. Keep an eye on him.
Second down and 10. Handoff goes to the running back. Straight up the middle goes John Love, and he has about 7 yards on that carry.
Yeah, that's the young man, John Love, that had over 2,000 yards rushing last year. So they have a lot of offensive weapons.
Move the ball to the 44-yard line. Inside pass, that's complete to Mitchell, and Mitchell, fighting his way, is able to get to the first down at the 37.
You'll notice now the play clock is right now on, should be running. It's not, but it's on 39 seconds, but it should be running. They've already gave it the run signal, it didn't happen.
Handoff goes to the running back. That's Love. He's in the open, and he'll go the distance, 37 yards for the touchdown, and the Teague Lions are up 13-0, and the Eagle offense hasn't had the ball yet.
I don't know how good this Eagle offense, this Lion offense is, but I know so far they've looked pretty dadgum good, and I tell you, this is a team that too will be reckoned with, I promise.
Guy who recovered the onside kick, now on the field to tack on the extra point. That's Mario Medina. He was successful on the first try. This one manages to make its way between the goal posts. And with 10 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter, our new score, is Teague 14 and Lexington nothing.
Told you these guys were, no question, on a mission in Texas Football Magazine. They're ranked number 9 in Class 3A Division I. Once again, they have a chance to be a very good football team, and Lexington just really, I think they're kind of shell-shocked right now. They haven't even run a play yet. They're down 2 touchdowns, so we'll have to see what happens when they get to football.
Teague goes 48 yards in just 4 plays. Took them just 1 minute and 4 seconds to get on the scoreboard with that offensive drive. Their first drive, just 1 play and 73 yards, so they've done it in a hurry, Coach.
They have, and I tell you what, give a little credit to that offensive line. We'll try to acknowledge those guys a little bit because they're opening up some huge holes up front for those fine running backs.
Love's touched the ball just twice for 41 yards already.
They're going to try that onside kick again?
Probably. I think that's just what they do. They do pop it up on the near side. A fair catch is not made, and once again Teague has the football. This time it's J.T. Jones covering it up at the 47-yard line in Lexington territory.
Boy, if I'm Coach Small from Lexington, I'm beside myself right now. He told those kids that next time I'd have them call for a fair catch. They did. Didn't make the catch, and Teague's got an opportunity to put another touchdown on the board.
Not unusual to be 1 minute and 25 seconds into the game and not see your offense have the football, but not have your opponent score twice against you before that happens.
Correct.
So Skinner has his offense on the field once again, sends 3 receivers to the far side looking that way, throws underneath. It is complete. Nice job of sidestepping would-be tacklers by Will Van Winkle, who gets enough yardage for the first down.
Well, one thing, Larkus, Austin Skinner throws a good ball. Really tight spiral. I'm impressed with that young man.
It's a 10-yard pickup to the 37. Skinner once again hands it off to his running back. And there goes Love again. He's going to go 37 yards, his second 37-yard touchdown of the night, and it's 20-0 in favor of Teague.
As that old song saying, Jerry Lee Lewis, great balls of fire, because right now everything's going Teague's way.
Certainly found the holes and taken advantage of them. Dina once again on to tack on the point after. It is good as well, so 10 minutes and 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and our new score is Teague 21, Lexington nothing.
Take another look at the replay. You see right there John Love shaking and baking. I don't even think if they was playing 2 below, they would have got him, but got to say something about this new scoreboard they have out at WIC Stadium. Thanks to Bush's Chicken and a lot of other folks, it is really state of the art. It's like a big HD TV. That's what it is. Surely the goodest. They can feel this onside kick this time, don't you think? I put my good hands team up there or something.
Absolutely. Now they'll probably put the good hands guys over on this side of the field and they'll kick it to the other side.
That's probably what's going to happen.
I've got Teague running 5 offensive plays for 158 yards already.
Ugh. Pretty good average, isn't it?
But not bad at all. Let's see what the kicker, Zach Harris, does with this one. He does pop it up, and a fair catch called for and made at the 32-yard line by Lexington's Grant Rimmon. So Lexington will get the ball for the first time with 10 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and they trail 21-0.
And there is a yellow hanky on the field. Let's see what Greg McCurry, he'll tell us all about it.
10 yards, first down.
So they'll get 10 yards without even snapping the ball on the flag.
Number 10, Nick Dillon, is scheduled to be their starting quarterback. He's a better runner than he is a passer. He needs to work on his passing, but he can pick them up and lay them down.
So they'll start this drive at the Eagle 43-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Looking to pass, throws in the flat, and it's in and out of the hands of Berto Lara. Nick Dillon maybe led him a little too much, but the defense was right there on top of him.
Yeah, Zach Bell had something to do with it. Actually, his name's Zacchaeus or something. We're going to call him Zach Bell.
That sounds good to me. So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. There goes the quarterback straight up the middle, following the blocks. Nick Dillon picks up about 6 yards on the play, up to about the 49-yard line.
Berto Lara, who also plays defense, is in the backfield along with Nick Dillon.
Third down and 4. Dillon gets to the 50, but that's not going to be enough for the first down. Just a yard on the play.
Looked like he was brought down by Brandley LaFour that time. So if you're already down 21-0, I might go for this.
Trailing like they are. Probably best that they do. Dillon keeps it and goes straight up the middle, has the first down and more. A nice sidestep, but the Lions' pursuit finally catches him, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line. And that's that speed you talked about that the quarterback has.
They say if he could improve on his passing, he'd be a all-around quarterback, but right now running is his forte. And you saw right there that this Teague defense is a little bit vulnerable. Only 4 starters from last year.
Dillon picked up 22 on that play. Looking to bounce it outside this time, but the Teague speed is there to knock him out. Zacchaeus Bell to take him out.
I tell you, it's going to be pretty tough to run outside on these Teague lines like that because they do have a lot of speed. And the best, I guess the best success that they've had early on for Lexington is going off tackle.
Dillon lost 4 on that last play, so they face 2nd down and 14. Rides his running back and keeps himself, trying to break it outside and gets it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Pickup of 11 on the play, but he's still going to be short of the first down.
Nice tackle by Robbie West that time. You remember I first started working with Tom Barfield. He's doing play-by-play. He said, when they break the huddle, you shut up. Well, that wouldn't happen this day and time. Nobody huddles up anymore.
No. You can talk anytime you want to with me.
Thank you.
Dillon looking to pass, and it's a little shy of his target. Trying to hit Jacob Mull in the near flat. He's now 0 for 2 in the passing department.
Once again, I think you can see with that pass that running is his thing, not passing. He's only a sophomore, so he'll get better.
Got a 4th and 3 here at the 22-yard line. Look over to the far sideline. This is the 2nd time they've gone on 4th down in this series. 8 seconds left on the play clock. They give it to the fullback, and he has maybe enough for the first down. Depends if they mark him at the 18 or the 17. It looks like they're going to mark him at the 17, so he's got the first down. 2nd 4th down conversion in the drive.
I think that was Lachey Cooper that time that carried the football, I believe. Best I could tell.
Yep, number 20, Cooper. 7:43 and counting left in the first quarter. Dillon keeps, Good job by a linebacker staying home to make sure that Dillon couldn't break loose. No gain on the play.
That linebacker is Ryan Coleman. Really nice tackle that time.
They got a 2nd down and 10. Cooper with the football, breaks it around the outside, heads for the end zone, is going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle made by Cody Brooks.
Yep, I thought that was a touchdown. They're on the lip of the cup now, so this Teague goal line defense is going to have to bow their neck.
Not sure exactly if they're marking the ball at the 2 or the 1. Let's call it the 2-yard line. 15-yard gain for Cooper on the play. First and goal. Handoff goes to Lara, and Lara is stopped for no gain, trying to go over the right side.
Cody Gonzalez was the man that made the initial hit, so that's pretty good defense on 1st and goal for these Teague lines. Takes them a while to get those plays in, but they get them in on time.
Handoff once again to Lara, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Just a 2-yard run for Berto Lara. It gets Lexington on the board with their first offensive possession of the game.
You can see across the way, the Lexington fans are pretty fired up now as their team scored. Maybe they can settle down. Everything happened rather quickly. They gave up 21 points for you say Jackrabbit, so extra point still to come. And looks like to me they may be lining up to go for 2-point conversion. I don't know
Handoff
that.
goes to Lara, and he's going to be stopped short of the goal. So the 2-point conversion doesn't count. 5 minutes, 57 seconds left in the first quarter, and our new score is Teague 21 and Lexington 6.
Well, we'll see now if this Lexington defense can get a little momentum off the offense who went down and scored that time, because they've got to do a better job of defending these Teague lines, or they're going to run this thing up in the 80s before it's all said and done.
Besides scoring on the drive, the best thing the Lexington Eagles did was hold on to the ball for 5 minutes and 19 seconds.
Good.
Took them 12 plays to go the 57 yards, and they had 2 4th down conversions in the drive.
Good look at the Teague line right there. I bet that rascal's hot. I say rascal because it could be a he or a she.
I know I wouldn't want to be in something like that. 90-degree temperatures. Stand in front of that fan and cool off.
The fan's not going too good, is it? Is it plugged in?
Is that Del Caffey's job to plug in fans?
I don't know. I don't. Probably is.
Here's the ensuing kickoff. Taken at the 21. Trying to pick up the wall and able to do so. Cuts it back inside, gets it up near midfield. A nice job of weaving through traffic by Zach Bell to get the ball out near midfield.
I tell you, we talk about Josh Love as a running back. He threw one heck of a block that time about the 30-yard line. He nearly depleted the guy. So John Love is kind of a jack of all trades, you could say.
Teague is working with a short field again. They're at the 49-yard line, just 51 yards away from pay dirt again. He scored on their first 3 possessions very quickly. Looking to pass. And it is complete on the near side.
Pass is caught by number 2, Robbie West.
That was Robbie West with the catch.
Cameron Milligan was the defender closest to him.
First or second down and 4. Again looking to pass. Complete on the far side. Nice job of wiggling away by Shepard. He goes down the far sideline inside the 15-yard line to the 14.
See, Shepard showed me a little speed that time, Mark. Lexington came on a blitz, nearly got to Skinner, but they didn't. And of course, the rest is history. Shepard makes a big game.
31 yards out of that one. 1st and 10 from the 14. Once again, looking to pass, looking to the end zone, has time, throws, and it is a little too far for Van Winkle to pull it down.
Say one thing, Austin Skinner had plenty of time, no question about it. There's a good look at some Teague line fans came over tonight from Teague to check on their lines.
Second and 10 from the 14, handoff. Love trying to bull his way up the middle, is able to get down to about the 11 for a 3-yard gain.
That's pretty good defense that time on behalf of Lexington. This brings up a 3rd and relatively long. I'd say probably about 6 or 7.
Not a whole lot of moss grows underneath this Teague offense. Why do we even need a play clock? As fast as they run plays. On the quick slant, it's good for the touchdown. Making the catch, Robbie West, to put Teague on top 27-6 with the try for point to come.
Robbie West just ran a little slant-in pattern. No defender was there. He was wide open. Skinner threaded the needle again.
Medina already kicking his 4th extra point of the first quarter. And it is good. 4 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. A new score is the Teague Lions 28, and the Lexington Eagles 6.
Does this seem like the first quarter is kind of long?
Well, if you keep stopping for kickoffs and extra points and things of that nature, yeah, this kind of reminds me of that first quarter between Baylor and Lamar down in Lamar back in about 1980 or 81. I didn't think that first quarter was ever going to get over. Well, he's still got 4:17 of this one to go. Tell you what, that brand new scoreboard, it sure is bright, isn't it?
Yes, it is. This is like an HD TV, a big HD TV. Got a lot of nice graphics, and old Mark's the guy that runs that thing. And I tell you what, I bet he's about to pull his hair out the last 2 or 3 days. I know he's been up here trying to figure it out.
Yeah, got a lot of newfangled equipment that everybody's trying to figure out.
Yeah, including us. You
Yeah,
know, we got all kinds of stuff up here.
We're in full-fledged HD now.
That's what I heard. So we'll really be uglier than we really were, right?
People can actually see the faults.
But it is really, it's nice. And I tell you, the 40-second clock is much a hullabaloo about that. But so far, I hadn't seen it come into play, have you?
No. No reason to. Not the way this team
No.
rolls. A minute and 40 seconds to go, 51 yards and 5 plays for that Teague drive to put them up 28-6. And kicking a little deeper this time, down to the 25-yard line, and apparently somebody called for a fair catch.
Yeah, I believe that might have been Berto Laurel that time to call for the fair catch.
So Lexington will get the ball at their own 25-yard line. This is the second time their offense has been able to touch the football. Last time they ate up 5 minutes and 19 seconds of the first quarter clock to travel 57 yards in 12 plays. Now they got 75 yards to cover. See if they can't eat up the rest of the first quarter and some of the second period.
They had a good success in that last drive with a zone read with Nick Dillon toting the mail for most of the way.
Dillon in the backfield with Lachey Cooper. 3 receivers to the far side. Dillon keeps it, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I tell you, that's another tackle by Cody Gonzalez. I tell you, no, it wasn't. It was Ryan Kuhlman that time. He's made a lot of tackles tonight for Teague.
Bring up a second down and 10. just outside the 25. Dillon looking to pass and overshoots his target. A little tall for Walt Green to pull it down.
I don't even think if Walt had caught that ball, he wasn't going anywhere. That wasn't that play just didn't work as originally planned, I don't think.
Dillon is now 0 for 3 in the passing department.
Those two young ladies having a good time tonight. So I think we're on TV.
Third and a little bit more than 10. Dillon flush from the pocket, looks deep, throws on the run, and overthrows his target. Boy, that's a nice pass for a guy on the run rolling to his right.
Yeah, it really was. Threw that ball a long way. That time, Teague came on the blitz that time, flushed him out of the pocket, so that brings up a punting situation for the Lexington Eagles.
First punt of the night for either team. Aaron Mitchell, the Lion speedster, waits deep for the punt. Rugby style by W.E. Muth. Will kick it toward the out of bounds marker, and it'll go out somewhere near midfield, and they will mark it still in Lexington territory at the 46-yard line. So the Teague Lions have one more chance to score here in the first quarter, leading 28-6 with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the period.
You know what they've done that against a pretty stiff breeze too, Lauren. I'd say 15 to 20 miles per hour, and they're going into it, but it hadn't phased them at all.
It's the predominant wind here at Waco ISD out of the south, coming from the end zone to the right of your screen. So once again, here comes Austin Skinner and the Teague offense, looking to put more points on the board. All day to throw. Throws deep, and it's overthrown, intended for Will Van Winkle.
Van Winkle had about 2 steps on the defender, but the ball just a little bit overthrown. But you can still tell that Austin Skinner is one heck of a passer. He throws the ball very well.
2nd and 10 at the Lexington 46. Skinner hands it off to Love, and here he goes again. Breaks down the sideline and is caught from behind at the 20-yard line. He picks up 26 on the play and a first down.
I bet you Love's got to be around that 100-yard rushing mark already, I would think.
Actually 98. Yeah, you're pretty close.
Yeah.
At least according to my statistics.
Well, that's what we're going by.
They're highly unofficial. Looking for daylight. They're at the 20-yard line looking for more points. Love has the football. Sheds one. And finally is bulldogged to the turf, but not before he gets down to the 13-yard line for another 7 yards.
Love a little bit slow getting up. In fact, he's coming over the sideline right now, and I'm sure that Coach Osborne's holding his breath on this deal because that young man's a hoss.
He needs a mail carrier. They bring Zach Bell into the backfield to take his place, and they hand it off to Bell. Bell's going to be knocked down very quickly, and a flag is interjected into things. This will be our 2nd infraction of the game.
That came from, looks like a holding call where the
holding
flag was thrown.
On the orange.
That's what Mr. McCrary tells us.
Mr. McCrary. I see.
Last time I saw him was at a 6-man game in Walnut Springs.
Yeah, he moves around.
He does. The 10-yard holding penalty will make it 2nd down and 13 all the way back to the 23.
I went through Walnut Springs the other day, headed to Granbury. I sure did.
2:07 and counting left in the quarter. Bell gets inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. I think the Teague sideline wanted a face mask call there, but no flag.
Either that or a horse collar. They wanted one of the two, but they didn't get either one of them. Once that ball is marked, it's on 40 seconds, and it is running.
Bell got 5 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5. Looking to pass. Skinner throws. It's complete, and it'll go for 6. Wide open in the middle of the field is Mikhail Shepard, and the Teague Lions are on the board again.
Boy, they've got a lot of weapons, I'll tell you what. You got Love, you got Mitchell, you got Shepard, you got Skinner. This is an offensive machine right now, and 34-6, and we're not in the second quarter yet.
Medina's toe is going to be sore tomorrow.
Yep.
Kicking all these extra points. Puts this one through the uprights. A minute 27 left to go first quarter. Teague on top 35-6.
I kind of expected, as you see another look at the touchdown that time of Shepard, I kind of expected Teague to win this football game, but I didn't know it was going to be a blowout, and that's exactly what it is right now. Told you in the pregame, this is a very, very good Teague team that should contend for the district championship.
.46 yards in 5 plays. They just used a minute 45 of that first quarter clock to score their 5th touchdown of the first quarter.
This game's been broadcast on Teague Radio. Who you say? Buzz Aldrin? Who?
Buzz Russell.
Oh, Buzz Russell. I know it was Buzz something. I couldn't think of his last name.
Buzz Russell's been calling sports over in the Teague Fairfield area for quite some time now.
Longer than Dallas, Houston, Brownwood?
Not quite that long.
You've been around a while yourself, haven't you?
Yeah. Longer than I want to admit.
I got you. I got you.
I've been in this business about 35 years.
Been a long time.
Somewhere around there. But it's been fun. Continues to be fun.
And I bet the next 35 will be just as fun, don't you?
Absolutely, and I plan on making that 35. See what Teague does on the kickoff here. It's the pop-up and a fair catch call for and made at the 37-yard line. Good job of handling the football by Grant Beeman. Lexington will get one more chance here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Lexington will have the win for about another minute and 27 seconds. So if they have any plans of airing it out, they need to do it. You see the Teague band. Now those guys are boogieing right there. That's what you call with those big. What's that horn called? That big one?
That's a tuba.
Big tuba. What'd you play? Did you
Left
play
out.
Left out.
Was left out of the kazoo band. There goes the quarterback. Dillon able to get a few yards up to about the 42-yard line. Let's give him 5.
I tell you, so far Lexington has not been very diversified on their play calling, and maybe they don't have all their offense in yet, but so far it's pretty much been the Nick Dillon show.
Well, that's pretty much their most effective weapon. Dillon once again on the keeper, has the first down and brings it up to midfield across to the 49-yard line in Teague territory. Picked up 9 on that play. Maybe time for 1-2 more plays here before we go to the first quarter break. Dillon lets the play clock run down to about 15. Good hole up the middle. Good burst of speed by LaShae Cooper. Gets it all the way down to the 37-yard line in Teague territory. A pickup of 12 on the play.
That's a good tackle by Xavier Dixon, but he's a little bunged up on the play. He's getting up very gingerly, coming off the field on his own power.
Clock stopped momentarily for the injury. Now they ask for the play clock to be set to 25 and not 40, but it's set there. They get it at 25, and they'll start it. Dillon on the keeper, breaks it outside, brought down on a shirt tail tackle by Dylan Crawford for Teague.
One thing you can tell, if the referee goes up with the one hand, that's 25. If he does two, that's 40. I know that's about all I know about it.
That's about all I know about it as well, and I believe that is going to be the. No, did somebody call a timeout? Yeah,
yes.
We got a timeout call. There you see the quarterback, Nick Dillon. He's just a sophomore. Getting across the right side for a 7-yard gain.
You know, Donnie Osborne just took over his first year at Teague, and I'm telling you what, you know, a lot of times when a new coach takes over, he's left pretty much with an empty nest. That was not the case here. A lot of skilled folks. Get a good look at the Teague players, coaching staff right there, getting a little hydration, which you certainly need on a warm night like this. There's a good look at John Love, shaking and baking. He said, "It's hot down there, boys. Hot." Big line cheerleaders. I bet they're hot too.
"12 seconds left, one play to run before we go to the second quarter." Dillon, an empty backfield, takes it himself, goes straight ahead. I'm not sure he has enough for the first down, but the clock will stop once again as we have a yellow hanky on the field on the near side.
Plus, Marcus Williams did not get off the field in time for Teague, so it'll be a delay of the game.
5 yards, repeat second down.
Instead of second down and 3, it's going to be second down and 8 after the delay of game penalty.
I tell you, Marcus was trying to get off fast as he could, but it just didn't work out.
Waiting for them to reset the football where, well, they're trying to move. Something ain't right, Coach. They're moving chains and everything.
No, they went the wrong way, though, didn't they?
Why would you reset chains on that? Well, now they put the clock in motion, and that will be the end of our first quarter. So after the first 12 minutes, the Teague Lions have taken control of this one as they lead at the quarter by a score of 35-6. Stay with us. Second quarter action coming up in a moment here on Waco ISD TV. Mark Smith along with Butch Henry back at Waco ISD Stadium as we get ready for the second quarter of action. Lexington Eagles with the football. Handoff goes to the big running back, Cooper. Cooper makes it inside the 5-yard line down to the 2. That's the biggest play of the night for the Lexington Eagles.
I tell you one thing, old Cooper was shaking and baking that time, no question about it. Puts them in an excellent field position to get some points on the board.
Picked up 33 yards on that play to give them a 1st and goal. We've got Cooper with 4 carries for 65 yards. They spread it out to the near side. Nick Dillon, the quarterback, takes it and goes to the opposite direction. Boy, somebody shot a gap and got to him in a hurry.
That somebody happened to be Aaron Guest. And he was the guest that time in the backfield.
Absolutely. They're going to just give it a 2-yard loss to the 4 as they mark the forward progress of Nick Dillon. Got Dillon with 10 carries for 54 yards. Dillon hands it off to Love, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown from 4 yards out. Some nice blocking over the right side of the line.
It was. Berto Laura took it in. I assume now that they'll go for the 2-point conversion again like they did earlier. Did not make it, but pretty sure they will. May not have a kicker. I don't know.
They look over to the far sideline for the play, and they will go for 2.
I believe I'd let old Nick Dillon run that ball.
Nope. It's going to be Lejay Cooper who gets in for the 2-point conversion. That'll make our score Teague 35 and Lexington 14, and that's with 10:47 left to go in the second quarter.
Folks, we've had 49 points scored, and we're just starting the second quarter. That's all I'm saying. At this rate, we'll be up over 100 maybe.
Okay, help me. When did the transition occur from extremely defensive football in Texas to highly offensive football in
Look,
Texas?
I wouldn't know exactly, but it had to be in the last 10 years, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. And the same thing in college. I mean, you know, defense, they say defense wins championships. Well, Alabama's known for their defense, and they got handily beat last year by a team called Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So gave up a lot of points doing it.
Seems like it's not necessarily keep the other team from scoring, it's just outscore.
Yep, who's got the ball last?
Kick to the near side from the 25-yard line. Good job of picking up the wall, breaks it outside. Getting it downfield is Bell, and Bell gets it into Eagle territory all the way down to the 41-yard line.
Well, that's a nice run back, Bo. Zach Bell that time. He did a good job of following his blocking, so let's see what Austin Skinner and company can do with this possession. They have the wind at their backs.
1 yard line.
Unofficially, I have Lexington running 19 plays for 123 yards so far, and Teague running just 8 plays for 203 yards. They score in a hurry.
Yes, they do.
Get a lot of yardage. Skinner brings him up. Love in the backfield with him. Has 3 receivers on the near side. Low snap, picks it up, throws it into the flat. Mitchell has some blockers and has the speed. Can he outrun the rest of the defense? Yes, he's into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. Aaron Mitchell goes 41 yards for the 6.
Well, you talk about a guy that can pick him up and lay him down. He caught that ball. He was gone to the house, man. Excellent speed by Aaron Mitchell, who had 19 touchdowns last year. He'll add a lot more than that this year, I promise. Flag on the play?
Yep, we do have flag on the play. Maybe 2. So this one's coming back. Sorry about that, Mr. Mitchell, but some infractions are going to make this one start all over. Now, the line of scrimmage was the 41, and they placed it at the 42. I could have sworn I heard offsetting. Did not see what they called as penalties.
I didn't see the signal either.
Everybody's set. Pass across the middle. This one's complete. And headed for the end zone once again is Aaron Mitchell. This one just on a quick crossing pattern, so he's still good for a 41-yard touchdown catch, Coach.
Yeah, you can call him back. I'll just do it again. It doesn't make any difference. Young man got excellent speed. I think that's a nice pass just across the middle. Austin Skinner threaded the needle. Mitchell did the rest. There it is. You see Mitchell coming across and use that speed to go into the end zone.
Makes it look easy, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Nina with the extra point is good. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left to go before halftime. And the Teague Lions are on top of the Lexington Eagles, 42-14.
Who would have thunk it? A lot of points, and if they keep it up at this rate, I'm serious, they could score 100 points. I don't think that Coach Salzman would want to do that, but they're certainly headed in that direction. There's another look at the replay on Aaron Mitchell's touchdown.
Looking 32 seconds to go on the scoreboard, just simply because of the penalty, the offsetting penalties that brought back the first 41 touchdown pitch and catch. That's a pretty lethal combination there.
Yeah, you throw to Skinner to Mitchell, next thing you know, give the ball to John Love. I mean, that's hard to defend those three guys. Now, I don't know if you're Lexington, you know, if you're Coach Mull, what you going to do right now. I mean, goodness gracious, you run into a buzzsaw. That's about all I can tell you. But you just got to keep on pounding the rock and see what happens.
Got Austin Skinner, 4 of 6 passing for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mitchell's caught both of the touchdown passes and 3 catches for 21 yards. Oh, and by the way, John Love, 5 carries, 105 yards.
Nah, that's a pretty good average.
Not a bad quarter in, what is that, a minute 45?
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
I'm some of those underclassmen from Teague that don't get to play much. I'm getting fired up. They may get some action tonight.
Picking toward the far side on the pop-up. In and out of the hands of one Lexington Eagle, picked up by another. He's unceremoniously slammed to the turf. Good job of picking up the ball on the bounce by Justin Barron, but he didn't bounce quite as good off of that turf, did he?
I want you to watch old Myron Busby coming here right here. This boy, pretty good leg.
He holds on to the football. Lexington gets it with 10:15 left to go in the second quarter, trailing 42-14. They have it at their own 33-yard line. Nick Dillon looks to run the football. Goes in behind his big running back, Cooper, and is able to get about 6 yards out of the play to the 39-yard line.
Nice tackle that time by Chandler Hunt from Teague. See Colton Phillips going into the football game right now. Coming off about as fast as he can come off. That might have been Cody Gonzalez.
Handoff goes to Cooper. Cooper's got some running room into Teague territory and all the way down to the 35 of the Lions. 26-yard pickup on the play for Cooper.
Shea Cooper, that young man, I tell you what, he's trying to earn himself a starting position in there, I guess, ahead of Berto Lara, but he's running the ball well tonight.
Got him 6 carries for 95 yards. As I mentioned at the top of the show that both these teams had all 11 men returning on the offensive side of the ball. We expected a lot of points on the board.
Yep.
First and 10 from the 35. Dillon keeps, follows in behind his guard and tackle on the right side and ducks his head down to the 31 to pick up 4.
Nice tackle that time by, once again, Colton Phillips.
Coaching staff waiting to send the play in, maybe to run a little of the game clock. Also give their players a little rest. Dillon gives it off to Cooper. Cooper busts a couple of tackles, but is finally corralled when he gets up to the 27-yard line. He picked up another 4 on the play.
Hate to sound like a broken record, but Colton Phillips, once again, had a hand in that tackle.
Bring up a 3rd down and 2. They have to get the nose of the football to the 25-yard line to pick up the first down. Clock rolling, under 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Lexington trying to get back into this one after getting quickly behind by a score of 21-0 before they ever got on the scoreboard. There goes Dillon. Not much of a hole there. Boy, that was filled up in a hurry. He won't get the first down. He's going to be about a yard shy.
Let's see who gets up off the bottom of the pile. But I don't think he's going to get up off the bottom of the pile, unfortunately.
Certainly a big hit made there. training staff going to come out and check on the Teague line.
One thing that we haven't seen tonight, I thought we'd see a lot of, are cramps.
No cramps and very few penalties for the first game.
Looks like his leg got bent back just a little bit. Hopefully he'll be all right. I'm not a doctor, but they got the trainers out there checking on him, so I'm sure. Hate to see any young man get injured in high school, in any football. I don't care what level it is.
Teague started the scoring in a hurry on their very first play from scrimmage. The quarterback, Austin Skinner, hit Aaron Mitchell. And Mitchell completed the play for a 73-yard touchdown run. We were just 18 seconds into the season, and Teague had a 7-0 lead. Teague uses a pop-up style kickoff, and Lexington apparently not ready for that. Teague was able to recover the ball on the ensuing kickoff, and 4 plays later they were in the end zone on a 37-yard run by John Love, the outstanding running back. So we were just a minute and 22 seconds into the game, and Teague was on top 14-0. Once again, Teague with that pop-up kick, able to recover the fumble, and 2 plays later they were into the end zone. It was Love again on another 37-yard TD run. It was a minute 16 left to go in the first quarter, and Teague was already on top 21-0.
Now this see Jack Sandy coming out from one end of the field, and a guy from the ambulance company coming out from the other end. So I don't know what this situation is, but they're still hovering over him and see what's going on.
So let's take a timeout while they attend to the injured player on the field. Our score was 7 minutes 13 seconds. I'll make that 7 minutes 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Is Teague 42 and Lexington 14. Back to Waco ISD Stadium in a moment. Back at Waco ISD Stadium, where Teague offensive lineman Chandler Hunt has been taken off the field on a stretcher. They've taken every precaution necessary to secure Mr. Hunt. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Normally in these situations, Coach, they err on the side of caution.
Yes, they do, and he'll be in good hands, and we certainly hope that young man's okay.
That's about the only downer so far for the Teague Lions as they lead 42-14 with 7:30 left to go in the second quarter. Lexington has a drive going here, but they face a 4th and 1 at their 26-yard line. Handed off to the big running back Cooper. A shirt tail tackle's not going to bring him down, and he's going to get into the end zone from 26 yards out. Shea Cooper scores for the second time.
I tell you, Shea Cooper has had a good night. You know, they don't list heights and weights on most of these programs anymore. That young man's pretty good size. Not outstanding speed, but fast enough. But look at those big legs. I bet he's around that 200-pound mark, I would think.
Kind of reminds you of Earl Campbell, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Look, he's got the same number, too.
Sure does. 2-point conversion. Dillon fumbles the football and just falls on it. So the conversion will not be good. So with 7:18 left to go in the second quarter, our new score is Teague 42 and Lexington 20. That was a 6-play drive for the Lexington Eagles. It started on their own 33-yard line. So they go 67 yards in those 6 plays.
Well, I want to remind our viewers that coming up at halftime, we'll be showing you the performances of both bands, the Teague Lion Band and the Lexington Eagle Band. I'm sure those folks are anticipating their first performance in front of live audiences, and people don't realize those bands put in just about as many hours, if not more, than the football team getting ready.
We got 62 points on the board. We still have 7:18 left to go in the first half, and there's only been 1 punt in the game so far.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Lexington has not necessarily been kicking the ball deep. They want to keep it away from number 1, Aaron Mitchell, if they can, and they'll bring it toward the near sideline, and one of the up men will jump up and make the catch. Nice job there of playing center field. Myron Busby.
Okay, if you're Coach Osborne now from Teague, you got a pretty comfortable lead. I think comfortable lead. The way this game's going, it may 22 points may not be that comfortable. You're going to continue to do what you've been doing. Let Skinner throw the football to Mitchell, and every now and then give it to old John Love, I guess.
Basically, they're up by the 3 touchdowns that they jumped out to the lead to start the game. But then the first 2 minutes of the contest do have the #1 quarterback back out there. Hand it off to Love. Love trying to break a shirt tail tackle and does so, and manages to scramble his way up to the 45 in Lexington territory.
Hey, John Love nearly took that one to the house. He kept those feet and legs moving.
Gained 7 on the play. I have him with 6 carries now for 112 yards. Back to pass. Skinner airs it out. Boy, nice hands on the part of Aaron Mitchell, and he's brought out of bounds at the 20-yard line. He can eat with those hands.
Yes, he can. Well, we're very impressed. How about the pass from the arm of Austin Skinner, too?
25 yards on the pitch and catch from Skinner to that man, Aaron Mitchell. Picks up another first down. Mitchell's 4th catch tonight for 166 yards. Put a man in motion, but they hand it off to Love in the backfield. He gets through 1 potential tackler, slides by 2 more, but finally he runs into a brick wall at the sideline as Miles Hannigan is able to cut him off.
That time Lexington came on a blitz and kind of messed things up in the backfield. And once you do that blitz, you better make sure you contain the guy, because if he turns the corner, it could be trouble.
I've got 7 more on that play. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 from the 13. Look back to the near sideline where Donnie Osborne and his offensive brain trust relay in the play. Again, they send a motion man. The motion man gets the ball this time, trying to string it out and unable to get around the corner. Good job on the corner there by Lexington.
That was a nice defensive play by Berto Laura that time from Lexington.
Shepard unable to get around the corner. Mark him out at the 15, so he loses 2 on the play.
Shepard came in motion toward the line of scrimmage. Instead of Skinner handing the ball to him, he pitched it to him. It was a forward pitch, to be honest with you.
I guess that would be called a passing play, wouldn't it? Straight handoff up the middle. Good room up there for Zach Bell to wind his way inside the 10 down to about the 8. And they pick up a first down.
Yep, once again, the Teague Lions are knocking on the door.
Bell picked up 7 on the play. 1st and goal. 5:45 left to go, 2nd quarter and counting. Love with the football. Boy, there's nothing there. He's going to be stopped for no gain. I think they smelled that one out.
Getting off the bottom of that pile for Lexington looked like it was Tyler Page that time, along with a host of others. I also saw Miles Hannigan in on the tackle.
Fake the handoff. Skinner keeps. Skinner's bowled over when he gets to the 6. Just a 2-yard gain for Skinner. He throws the ball well, but he doesn't carry it much.
No, he does not carry it much. And you know what? I wouldn't either if I got a guy like John Love.
No.
Give it to him and get out of the way.
Somebody with some durability.
Huh.
3rd and goal. Pass across the middle, in and out of the hands of Robbie West. We'll see if they want to trot out the field goal team.
I don't know if you're already up 42-20. I believe I'd go for it. I really would. Skinner threw that football. I mean, he really threw it. That was a fastball.
They're going to take your suggestion and go for it here. 4th and goal from the 6. Skinner looking across the middle, and West is able to cradle it in. Little tip drill there, Coach.
Yeah.
First touchdown of the night for Robbie West.
That was a thing of beauty that time. The ball knocked up in the air, and you get a replay here. Look at Robbie West got his hands on it. There's Skinner throwing it. The ball goes up in the air. West comes down with it, both feet in bounds. He's good to go. Actually, only need one, I think, but he got both of them.
Hina with the extra point. Splits the uprights. 4:28 left to go. First half. Lions 49, Eagles 20. Here in the first matchup of the Derrick Johnson Heart of Texas Kickoff Classic.
Terry Locke, we've been doing these classics for several years. We've seen some outstanding football teams out here, and I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this Teague team can get down the road a little bit in the 3A Division I, don't you?
Yeah, they look as good as some of those Bosqueville teams we've seen come through here for this Classic. A couple of Lorena teams that have played in this Classic as well that, you know, Ray Biles and company out at Lorena have gotten on a roll over the last several years.
Plus, he's got a big one tomorrow night. Goes to China Spring.
Yeah, they do.
That'll be a good football game, I would think.
Certainly should be.
Ray Biles has done a good job. Mark Bell's done a good job. Ray Biles, I didn't realize he's been out there 18 years, I think, in Lorena.
He's not that old, is he?
No, he must have started when he's about 10.
Lexington will get the ball at least one more time before the half. As they try to keep pace with this Teague Lion offense that has not been stopped tonight. They have scored every time they've touched the football. Ball falls off the Teague.
How many games have you done where there's been nearly 70 points scored in the first half?
3. That's in 35 years or so.
It doesn't happen very often.
No. Zach Harris once again gets the ball set up on the tee. Pops it up a little deeper. It's always dangerous when you let it bounce once. Wyatt Cotton with the football. Able to get it up to the 30-yard line. Well, you got that oblong football. It takes weird bounces. You don't want to let it bounce on that turf.
Nice tackle that time by Cooper Jones for the Teague Lions.
Lexington will start this drive at their own 29-yard line. Trailing 49-20.
Derrick Johnson. What a high school football player he was at Waco High. Had a good career at Texas and still playing pretty well for Kansas City.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad.
No, he's not doing bad at all.
Handoff goes to Cooper. Cooper just batters his way up the middle, up to the 39-yard line for a 10-yard pickup.
Look, that's just a strong young man. He just runs over people. You can look at him right there. He's just, I wouldn't say maybe about 5'10", but I bet you he's around that 200-pound mark.
9 carries, 135 yards for that man right there, Shea Cooper. Dillon with the keeper, has a hole. Good job of closing that hole by Aaron Mitchell. If he's able to get by Mitchell, he's gone.
Yeah, that was a huge hole that time, and the clock continues to roll. 3:35 and counting.
Picked up 8 on the play to bring up a second down and 6. Make that second down and 2. I passed math. 14 carries for Dillon for 73 yards. Dillon keeps again. Good job of sidestepping would-be tacklers, gets the first down, and also gets into Lion territory at the 48-yard line. Pick up a 5.
The tactical skimming arc was made that time by J.T. Jones. Looks like he might weigh about 150, soaking wet.
Not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
That's good. Leroy Coleman told me that one time.
Cooper gets some of his own punishment there in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Is coming up to hit him hard was Dylan Crawford. It's a pretty good little matchup there between those two guys.
Yes, it's a very good matchup.
Just a 3-yard pickup for Cooper on that. Averaging 13.8 yards per carry for Cooper so far, and he has the only 2 touchdowns, or 2 of the 3 touchdowns for Lexington tonight. Dillon on the keeper. Has the first down. Takes it down to the 37-yard line in Teague territory.
I tell you what, you cannot, so far there's no quit in this Lexington team. They keep coming at you.
Picked up 8 on that play. Under 2 minutes left to go in the half. Dillon bounces it outside. Good pursuit though by Teague. He'll be thrown for a loss back to about the 41.
Well, that time Nick Dillon was going to go off tackle. There's nothing there. He tried to cut it to the outside. Pursuit caught up with him, and we got a timeout on the field. I believe Lexington called a timeout.
Dillon, with that negative yardage play, now has 82 yards and 17 carries on my unofficial statistics. I have Lexington running 31 plays so far for 220 yards. All of that on the ground. They're 0 for 4 in the passing department. Teague, meanwhile, just 18 plays, but 311 yards in those 18 plays. 184 through the air and 127 on the ground. 5 of 8 passing for Austin Skinner. They've run the ball 10 times for those 127 yards. 1 minute, 41 seconds left to go in our first half of play.
Lexington is not a passing team, but you know, the clock is becoming a factor for them with 1:41 left in the half. They still have unofficially 1 timeout left. Now look at that. That little gal just cute as a speckled puppy. Look at her.
What dance would that be?
Huh?
What dance would that be?
That would be the boogie woogie.
The boogie woogie. Back to play. Skinner looking to pass. Throws down the far sideline and over the wrong shoulder. Intended for Andrew Lane.
Oh, Andrew kind of was wide open there. That ball just like I say was thrown over the wrong shoulder, and Lane could not adjust to it. It would have been a heck of a catch if he'd have made it.
Dillon faces a 3rd and 14 at the Teague 41. They've already had 2 4th down conversions. That was in their first touchdown drive of the contest. Don't have to get it all here, but you like to get most of it. Hand it off to Cooper. Cooper's going to get most of it, all the way down to the 29-yard line. Picked up 12 on the play. That brings up a 4th down and 2.
I tell you what, Mark, I've been very impressed with Shea Cooper tonight, where he's running that football. That was a big gain that time. As the clock continues to roll, but if they pick up the first down, that'll stop the clock as you take another look at the Shea Cooper.
On the keeper, Dillon will have the first down as he gets to the 25-yard line. It's there with less than a minute left to go, trying to put some points on the board.
They're either going to call a timeout or down it here, one of the two. I would think. They better hurry.
Just run it straight ahead. And now we get a timeout from the Lexington sideline with 43 seconds to go.
And And unofficially, that is their last timeout with 43 seconds left. So who knows what they'll do. I don't know whether they're going to have Dillon throw the football or they're going to get a big dose from the Shea Cooper, who's run the ball well tonight.
How about a double reverse pass?
Let's do it. That'd be fine with me.
That's what they're working on over there on the far sideline. Again, this is the first game of 3 of the Derrick Johnson Heart of Texas Kickoff Classic. We'll have all the games for you here on Waco ISD TV in full high definition now.
And to find out when these games are replayed, I guess turn it to on Time Warner, it's channel 17. On Grande, it is channel, somebody help me. Anyway, that's you can find their message board and they'll have their schedule up for the week. Of these things come on at varying times, as you well know.
You can go to wacoisd.org and find find the TV drop down.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you the schedule there as well. We also have University to take on Belton, and Waco High will host Harker Heights. 2 Waco schools taking part in this classic. First down. Make that second down and 10. There goes the quarterback, Dillon, and he's in for the touchdown. Whatever play they drew up on the sideline worked, Coach.
Yes, it did. That's just a quarterback draw that time. So you hear the big old horn going on, and once again at halftime, get ready for the performances of both bands. We'll show those to you in their entirety.
Nick Dillon able to get into the end zone with just 36 seconds left to go in the first half. Lexington will go for 2 again. Dillon will run it himself, and boy, is he buried. Great job of getting into the backfield by Zach Bell to stop the 2-point conversion with 36 seconds left to go in the first half. Our new score is Teague 49 and Lexington 26. Nice job by Nick Dillon.
I don't know how. Does you think that scoreboard goes past 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a modern day scoreboard. It'll count that high.
Okay.
You don't need an abacus.
Pardon?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was an 11-play drive.
That was a nice drive, wasn't it? It really
yes, it was.
Yeah, the D is pretty much handled by Dillon and Cooper that time on that drive.
Took 3 minutes and 52 seconds as they went 71 yards. Very nice drive for Lexington for their 4th touchdown of the evening. Teague gets the ball one more time in the half, Coach.
Yeah, Teague's offense is something we raved about on the pregame, and rightfully so. But their defense is something they're going to have to shore up if they're going to go a ways in the playoffs.
Where's number 1? Keep your eye on him.
Yeah.
I got a feeling they may try to pitch it back to him if they leave her get an opportunity. They'll kick it out of bounds. That'll be, well, I don't see a flag, Coach, now.
Yeah, there's one finding
over
here. Yeah.
Did they have a choice here? Either take the ball or make them re-kick?
I think they make them re-kick if they want to. But if I was them, I'd take it right there.
Yeah, I think Teague's just going to take the ball with 36 seconds left to go.
McCrary giving us the lay of the game. First down.
They're going to mark it at the 49 in Lexington territory.
You think Teague will be satisfied just to run the clock out here?
No.
No, I don't either. I think you see Skinner maybe air it out. Who knows? I'd sure try to get it to John Love if I'm going to run it, though, because I like the way that young man operates.
It'll be he or Aaron Mitchell with the football. Mitchell will be in the slot of the 2 receivers on the top of the screen. Love is in the backfield. And now we have whistles and a timeout called by Lexington before the snap.
I don't think they have any timeouts. According to the scoreboard, they were out, but that's unofficial.
And the Teague quarterback Austin Skinner is pointing to the scoreboard that, hey, there was 3 seconds run off the clock. Sure enough, they reset the clock to the 36.
I think they're out of timeouts. According to the. Once again, that's why it's unofficial.
I'm having to get used to the new scoreboard. I didn't see where they had timeouts listed, but now I do.
It's had 0 up there for about the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Now they're definitely 0.
Yeah. If I'm the clock man, I see what he's trying to do.
What's he trying to do?
Speed the game up.
You think? Stay with us at halftime as we will have the performance of both bands. They are already staged in the south end zone getting ready for their performance. All right, Teague with the football. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Lexington's in a prevent.
Pass is complete in the flat to Mikhail Shepard. Shepard gets it out of bounds at the 39 and pick up a 10. I think they're working on their 2-minute drill.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But I promise you, Lexington is in a prevent defense. They got folks way back there, about 20 yards back.
Picked up 10 on that play. Pass complete to Mitchell. Mitchell with his speed able to run it out of bounds down to about the 23-yard line. Picked up 16.
So far, I'm pretty impressed with this little 2-minute drill they're running.
Another 1st and 10 on the play. Again, the quick pitch. Nice job of getting around would-be tacklers by Van Winkle. That gets it all the way down to the 11-yard line. Another 12-yard pickup. Skinner looking for the end zone, will just throw it away. 5 seconds left on the clock. That was a heady play by the quarterback.
Very heady play. Now, if I'm Coach Osborne right now, I know you got a comfortable lead, but this would be a good time to work on the field goal right now with 5 seconds left. But he's not listening to me. I've got an orange shirt on. He's still not listening to me.
Last play, first half. Skinner drops back, has time, drops it in the middle, and it's complete at the 9-yard line. They won't get into the end zone as the pass goes to the big running back, John Love. But Love will be stopped after just a 3-yard gain, and that is going to do it for our first half of play. After the first 24 minutes, our score is Teague 49 and Lexington 26. When we come back, our halftime activities here on Waco ISD TV.
Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Mean Green Music Machine. Big round of applause for the Mean Green Music Machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give your attention to the mighty Teague Lion Band. Tonight they will be performing part of their Global Echo show, commissioned exclusively for the band by Barry Hurt. Tonight's performances include Spanish Fiesta and Japanese Flowers. Head band director is Carrie Martin. Assistant director is Corey Hawes. Head drum major is Meg Taylor. Assistant drum majors is Olivia Guerrero and Samuel Palacios. Color guard captains are Becca Havens and Emily Hayes. Guard sponsor is Judy Gibson. Twirling captain is Candace Doggett. Twirling sponsor is Gina Cannon. Sit back and experience some musical sounds from around the world in our Global Echoes.
Hope you enjoyed our halftime activities here at Waco ISD Stadium. We're about ready to get the second half underway between the Teague Lions and the Lexington Eagles. And Coach, as we pretty much expected, it was a first half full of offense. A lot of scoring, a lot of yardage gathered up by these two teams. Unofficially, I've got Lexington running 36 offensive plays in the first half for 261 yards, while the Teague Lions ran only 23 plays but got 357 yards out of those 23 plays. Got Austin Skinner, their quarterback, is 5 of 13 passing for 230 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Aaron Mitchell caught those 2 touchdowns. He's got 4 catches for 166 yards. Their bruising running back, John Love, he's carried the ball 8 times for 127 yards. He's got 2 of the touchdowns for the Teague Lions. On the Lexington side, it's been pretty much the running of the quarterback, Nick Dillon, and the running back, Lachey Cooper. Cooper 150 yards on 12 carries and 2 touchdowns. Dillon 19 carries for 111 yards and a touchdown. We're about ready to get the second half underway, as the Lexington Eagles will have the ball first here in the second half. They need to play some catch-up, Coach.
Yes, they do. In case you just joined us, there's 75 points on the board at halftime.
Will there be another 75? Here's the second half kickoff. It gets past the receiver. He's into the end zone, and he's going to be tackled possibly at the 1-yard line. I think they're going to give him forward progress. Wyatt Cotton unable to pick up that bounce.
What did you say about that hit the ground?
It's an oblong ball that takes some weird, funny hops.
I think once that the guy caught it, got it in the end zone, he did not have to run it out.
I'm not so sure that he touched the ball in the first place. If he didn't touch it once yeah, it's right there at the goal line. He didn't have to come out. It was the coming out that got him in trouble.
Yep.
They're going to mark it at the 1-yard line. Lexington Eagles got 99 yards in front of them. I think they got the entire third quarter to try to get on the scoreboard.
Yes, they do.
Nick Dillon is the quarterback. He'll have 2 backs in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff to Lara and follows him into the line of scrimmage. He gets it a couple of yards up to the 3, and then a flag comes into the melee.
Doc, I understand the young man that got injured. They took him to the hospital and checked him out, and he has a little sore back, but right now it looks like everything's okay. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
That's very glad to hear for Chandler Hunt. Hopefully he'll be back in the hunt for the Teague Lions very soon. Flag on the play. Looks like a major penalty in our first of the game, as it's going to bring it all the way out to the 16-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 by penalty out to the Lexington 16.
Is that a personal foul?
Apparently so. Apparently we do not have a mic on our referee tonight, Greg McCrary.
Well, they did earlier, but I don't know if they still do or not. I don't know.
Dillon had no one to hand the ball off to, but he still manages to get 4 yards up to the 20-yard line. He will make something out of a play if it's not there or not.
He was brought down by Bradley LaFoy for the Teague Lions. If I'm Lexington, I keep that football on the ground, keep the clock running, get out of Dodge. You know what I mean?
Cooper trying to get around the corner. Can't get it turned. No gain on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Nice tackle by Cole Johnson. A little help from Dylan Crawford that time. Referee called a timeout.
Got an injury as a Lexington Eagle lifts the sideline. That's Jason Doobie, a senior. He met there by a member of the coaching staff. In fact, he's not even going to make it to the sideline.
He got close.
Yeah. I don't know if that's an ankle or a knee, but we're going to have to take a look at him and also get somebody in there in the interior line.
I would imagine neither one of these teams have a lot of depth, especially in the line, would you?
Very unusual for schools of this size to have a lot of depth pretty much in any position.
Yeah.
3rd down and 6. Cooper with the football. Kept those legs a churning, but only able to get 4 yards out of it. He's going to be shy of the 1st down by a couple of yards. They did convert a couple of 4th down situations on their first drive of the first half. This deep in the field, you wouldn't think they would go for it, but it looks like they're going to, Coach.
And the last tackle made by Bradley LaFoy. Unless they're going to try to draw him off sides, I don't know.
Dillon forges ahead and has the 1st down. I said he's going to make something out of it.
That's a gutsy call deep in your own territory, but when you're down 49-26, you need to do something.
Picked up 3 on the play. That is his 22nd carry of the night for 120 yards for the quarterback, Nick Dillon. Counter handoff to Cooper. Cooper does a good job of keeping the play alive as long as possible, but not really able to get a whole lot of yardage, maybe a yard on the play.
Getting up off the bottom of that pile that time was Dylan Crawford again for Teague.
Been a little bit everywhere for the Lions tonight. See Cooper trying to stay on his feet, but just unable to do so. Lexington trying to methodically move the ball from their own 1-yard line to take the first score of this second half. Dillon fakes the handoff and gets folded up in the backfield. That one didn't look like it was developing as they wanted it to.
Was that J.T. Jones?
I believe it was.
Oh, J.T., yeah, he got in there. He was pretty fired up, too.
Facing a 3rd and 11 here. It's like Dillon just kind of blew a tire before that one got going. Lost a couple on the play. 3rd and 11. Back to pass. Has to get out from under pressure. Able to do so. Now stops and throws, and it is incomplete. Nice try to make something out of that. A diving effort at the sideline for the catch by Ryan Garrison.
Dillon just had a lot of pressure on him that time, got flushed out of the pocket, so this should bring up a punting situation. I'm not saying it will, but it should.
4th and 11. At the Lexington 26-yard line. We'll see our second punt of the night. W.E. Muth back to do the punting with the rugby style. Gets it away. Aaron Mitchell's going to, well, it hits a member of the Lexington coverage team, and it's going to be killed at the 35-yard line. That's a way to keep him from running it back, Coach.
Yeah, it hit a wide cotton right in the back of his heel, and so now Teague will take over and see what they're going to do offensively again. Remember, they've got so many weapons. Quarterback Austin Skinner, I've been very impressed with him. Running back John Love, wide out Aaron Mitchell. They've got a lot of skill position players.
Lexington held on to the ball for 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Pass is complete to Mitchell. Mitchell goes down as he tries to make his cut. at the 42-yard line. He'll pick up 7 on the play. That was the same play that they scored on to start the game.
Yes,
didn't
it
it, Coach?
was. He was as wide open then as he was the first time. Just didn't have the same result.
Mitchell's 5th catch tonight for 173. Complete in the flat this time to Van Winkle. Van Winkle will have the first down up at the 47.
You know who his uncle was, don't you?
Rip.
Yep. You knew. I knew you knew that.
Picked up first down. Again, back to pass. Complete on the far side once again to Van Winkle. He'll have a first down with that catch as well.
Skinner had many incompletions.
I've got him 8 for 16 now. He's completed half of them. They're at the Lexington 42. Just can't catch that guy, can you? John Love gets out of bounds down around the 20-yard line, picks up 22. Boy, they just open you up with the pass, and then all of a sudden the field's wide open for John Love.
And if Love continues this pace, he'll surpass last year's rushing total, I think. Who called timeout? Flag.
Love just 9 carries for 149 yards. It's a offside penalty. Or was a motion? What was that? Did you see?
No, I believe it looked like it's delay of the game. I don't know
Okay.
what.
Maybe they had too many men on the field. Love with the football. Can't get out of the grasp. Nice job defensively there by Lexington's Chase Allen.
It was a nice tackle that time. That Love youngster's not easy to bring down. You grab a hold of him, you better hang on tight.
Comes up a second down and 5. There goes Love. He's got the first down and is inside the 10 down to the 8. Picked up 7 yards on the play. First and goal for Teague. Coach, not in mid-season form. I can't keep track of the stats and the ball game all at the same time. It's getting kind of difficult. New running back in the backfield.
Myron Busby's in there in place of Love right now.
Love's going to get a little breather on the sideline. Pass. Caught for the touchdown. Nice job by Mikael Shepard to cradle that one in. That's one of those things you fall on the football, might lose your breath, so keep an eye on Shepard. He looks like
he did something, didn't he?
Yeah, but he got the touchdown pass. Puts Teague on the board with their first possession of the second half. Nice job of getting that in the end zone by Mikael Shepard. Mario Medina adds the point. He's been perfect on the night. Runs the score to 56-26 in favor of Teague with 6:19 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, you know, I know this is a Teague team that put up a lot of points last year, but if they keep this pace up, they're going to put up a lot more this year. And there's another look at Skinner throwing the ball. And that's a nice catch, and he did land on the football that time, so might have knocked the breath out of him a little bit. That's a nice play by Shepard. He's a little slow in getting up, but he's getting a little help there from his buddy old Zach Bell. So come on, you'll be all right.
Less than 2 minutes. It kind of sounds like Baylor's drives last year. Remember how many less than 2 minute drives they had? That's pretty much what Teague has been doing tonight. 1:51, 7 plays to go 65 yards to get the touchdown on the 8-yard pass to Shepard. It's a scoring machine.
It is a scoring machine tonight. It really is. And Lexington, you know, I like what they're doing offensively. They're pretty sound. I mean, but they just cannot stop Teague. That's all I'm telling you.
So opponents of the Teague Lions have their work cut out for them this season to stop the offensive juggernaut. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself trying to keep pace with them, and I don't know if you can keep up with this pace.
I noticed that Elkhart and Malakoff were picked 2 and 3, respectively, I believe, behind Teague in that district. But it's going to take a heck of a good team to beat this Teague line. But Teague's defense has got to get better.
Pop-up kickoff, fair catch called for and made at the 33 by Grant Peeman. So Lexington will get the football for the second time here in the second half. Now trailing by 30.
Well, if you're Lexington, like I say, I feel sorry for those young men, but you got to keep pounding the rock. And you do have 26 points on the board, but unfortunately, the other team's got 56. This
is a non-district affair, so for the most part, this is a learning experience for football teams. They say that teams make the most improvement from week 1 to week 2, and they find out exactly what they need to improve on. Nick Dillon. Not a whole lot he needs to improve on as he buries his head and gets up to the 39-yard line for a 5-yard gain.
I really like Nick Dillon. He's a workhorse back there. And remember, that young man's only a sophomore, so hopefully he'll get better as the years come on.
Dillon looking to pass. It's not there. Now he finally shovels it to the side and completes it out to Grant Peeman.
I hate to say this, but J.T. Jones in on the tackle again.
Still shy of the first down, though, as they get it up to the 40-yard line. It's just a gain of 1 on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 4. And, Coach, that's the first pass completion for Dillon tonight.
That's it, huh?
He's 1 of 7. He just gets hammered. Great job coming up on defense by Myron Busby.
Ooh, that was a good lick. You can hear that one up here. Mark, you remember the old days when people used to huddle up? Take another look at this hit. You're going to see it right here. Busby come in. He's going to put a licking on him right there. Good hit. You remember the old days people would huddle up, you'd call a play, you didn't have to look at your wristband, just go run it.
Yeah, that's when it was a lot easier to keep track of statistics. Now you have to go back to the video to be able to keep track of statistics.
They may not get this one off.
2, 1, they do get it off. A high snap. Good job by the punter to bring it down. That rugby kick, he gets a nice roll out of it. Mitchell gets out of the way and lets Lexington down it inside the 20 at about the 17. Teague gets the ball back with 4:11 left to go in the 3rd quarter, leading 56-26 over the Lexington Eagles. This might be Teague's deepest start of a possession tonight.
Yep, probably is.
One of the things that Lexington will work on this week in practice, kickoff.
I would think that. And
kick return.
Point of emphasis, yes.
We've got him in a hole in a hurry. Teague with the football. Love has it. Coming this way. Looking for a gap. Gets around and a block on the outside and steps out of bounds at about the 34. 17 yards on the play. Or the big running back.
Give me an update on Love as far as rushing yards.
If my stats are correct, 10 carries for 166 yards. He's got it again.
Same play, identical play. Not the good results as other one.
Yep. Lexington figured that one out pretty quick.
Love a little bit slow getting up that time. In fact, he's coming off sidelines, limping ever so slightly.
Lost a couple on the play. Make it a yard to the 33. Pass is complete to the far sideline. That's Van Winkle, and he's knocked out of bounds near midfield.
That time Teague put trips out to the far side. They kind of did a crisscross, and old Rip was wide open.
22, Blackman for the Eagles.
Picked up 16 on that play. Pass in the middle to Mitchell. He's got great hands, doesn't he? He caught the back end of that football, got away from everybody, and almost broke that. He's down to the 37-yard line in Lexington territory.
Had it not been for Grab Peeman that time, he would have picked up some additional yards. But he does. He's got excellent, excellent hands.
Picked up 13 and another first down. Now Lexington asks for timeout. Their defense needs a breather. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Teague trying to put a second touchdown on the board here in the third quarter. They only scored 4 in the first quarter. Or was it 5? I think they scored 5 in the first quarter, didn't they?
Let's slow it down a little bit. And I'm like you, the Lexington defense has spent a lot of time out on the field. You get another look at Aaron Mitchell, fine young receiver. I say young receiver, he's a senior, but he's still young.
We got a few years on him.
Yeah, a lot of years on him. Saw athletic director, Coach Johnny Tusa tonight, roaming around, Jack Stanley. I don't know how many years they've had this kickoff passing, but we've seen some good football teams. I remember seeing Bryce Petty out here when he played for Midlothian.
Yes, sir.
Oh, as a kickoff, but I think that's a district game. I think they might have been the same district with the university.
Yeah, they may have back then. Teague gets to the football, looking to get the snap off before the defense gets set. Skinner back to pass, in and out of the hands of Shepard. Not been many incompletions tonight for Skinner. They were throwing passes too rapidly earlier here in the third quarter. I lost track, Coach. I'm sorry. Skinner going to try to make something out of the bad snap. Able to stay on his feet, gets it away. Outstanding job by Skinner to make something out of nothing. And gets it to his go-to guy, Aaron Mitchell.
That's one of those shift purses out of the sales here, right?
Absolutely.
That was a great play. That shows you the type of quarterback Austin Skinner is.
Got it down to the 34-yard line where it's 3rd down and 7. Quick pitch in the flat, and the ball is dropped. It was in the hands of Robbie West, but as he made his turn, he couldn't hold on to the football.
I think Robbie was going to run before he caught it that time.
So a rare 4th down facing the Teague Lions here. They are in Lexington territory at the 34-yard line. They will.
You throw it to Mitchell?
Absolutely. They put him in the bubble screen. They throw it to Shepard underneath, and Shepard's going to have the first down. Shepard gets it inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. They get a new set of downs with 2:27 to go, third quarter. Looking for their 3rd touchdown of this third quarter. Love back in the game at the running back spot, has the football. Knocks off of a couple of Eagles and takes it inside the 20 down to the 16. A very determined runner in John Love.
Berto Lara made the tackle, but he was hanging on for dear life because just kept those, Love just kept those feet moving. I want you to watch this time. He should have been stopped right there. He was not. Now watch old Berto hanging on, baby.
Pass in the flat, it's incomplete as Skinner was under pressure and didn't have enough time to really find his target as he tried to get it off to Aaron Mitchell. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 2:06 to go in the third quarter. 56-26 our score. Teague trying to increase their lead.
Skinner looked at the sideline and said, hurry up, give me a play.
Hands it off to Love. John Love inside the 5 down to the 3. Love has him at the lip of the cup once again. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Love has it again, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Scores with 1:50 left to go in the third quarter. Make the score 62-26. Coach, you may or may not know that's a palindrome.
Yeah, buddy. Whatever you say. I've already eaten them, thank you.
Okay, let's see if they'll tack on the extra point here. Dina is true with the foot again. 63-26 with a minute 50 left to go, third quarter. The Teague Lions tonight having their way here at Waco ISD Stadium against the Lexington Eagles, thanks to the legs of that young man, John Love.
Tell you what, this is looking over the roster, this is pretty much a senior-laden team, these Teague Lions. I mean, Skinner, Love, Mitchell, these guys are all seniors, so they need to make hay while the sun shines. But let's see what we got now. 89 points so far. Is that right on that?
I think so. My math gets there too. We'll see if Donnie Osborne, the first-year head coach of the Teague Lions, is ready to put the reserves in and give them some playing time here in the opening weekend.
I would think starting that fourth quarter he would do that. You know that old saying, don't you? What goes around comes around. Yeah. And if you're on the other side of the coin, Coach Mull, this game's pretty much over, except for what the time's left. But you guys just got to keep playing hard, try to learn on each and every snap.
Kind of like that old Bear Bryant story of that coach that got beat like 72-13. The opponent coach says, "Coach, I noticed you still had your first team in the fourth quarter." And Bear Bryant said, "Yes, sir, and I noticed you did too."
Yes, sir. That's a good story. Good story.
Fair catch called for. It made it to 25-yard line. Once again, Peeman there to make the catch. They finally found somebody that can catch that football.
Yep.
So Lexington will go from their 25-yard line.
Lexington's pretty much got to stick with what their game plan, because they're not a passing team. And I see some of the Teague youngsters getting a little rest down there. Shepard, Love, West, just relaxing on the bench.
One thing Lexington wants to do is matriculate down the field and eat up some clock.
Pardon me? They can't do that on the field, can they?
Yeah, they can.
Oh, okay.
Dillon takes the snap, follows his big blocking back, Cooper, and bangs his way for a couple of yards up to the 27-yard line.
Boy, that was a picture-perfect tackle that time by Dylan Crawford.
Called his name several times.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Clock continues to roll.
Lexington coaching staff doing their part to eat up some of the game clock by waiting to get the play in. Dillon with the pass, incomplete. Overthrows his intended target, Sam Perry. That stops the clock.
How many completions does Dillon have now?
One.
That's what I thought.
Got him 1 out of 8.
Well, I told you on the pregame, the scouting report was he's a good runner, but he needs to work on his passing. So there you go.
They face a 3rd down and 8 at their 28-yard line. Cooper is squared up nicely. Great job by Bradley LaFoy to absolute form tackle there.
Yes, it was. He kind of stood him up, and here comes a whole bunch of those orange shirts. One of them was my buddy. I love J.T. Jones. I like the way he number 8. There he is.
So facing 4th and 5 at their own 31. Lexington will punt the ball away. We got a new return man back for Teague. And Xavier Dixon waits for the punt. Low liner. It's going to head for the out-of-bounds boundary and go out somewhere around the 37-yard line. 19 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. Teague will have the football, and they own the scoreboard at 63-26.
a rare Thursday night game, but one thing about that, give them an extra day to work and get ready for Friday week, I guess.
Gives them another day to get over the bumps and bruises. I was looking at the Baylor non-conference schedule. You realize they play all 3 of their non-conference games within 15 days?
Yes, they do.
They get it out of the way quick, don't they?
They got a Sunday, Saturday, and Friday.
Yeah. Skinner passes complete. Down the sideline goes Shepard. They won't catch him. Mikel Shepard. Into the end zone. They're going to hit 70, Coach.
Sure, they're going to hit 70. Now, at what point did you call the dogs off?
Me? It would have been about the middle of this quarter.
But you think starting the fourth quarter, they probably
Absolutely.
let Skinner and company rest a while?
Absolutely. That's probably the last offensive down for the Teague first team. Medina's going to need about a half size bigger shoe tomorrow.
Yes.
His foot's going to be sore.
It will be. As procedure, I believe, against Teague, left side moved a little bit.
And let's see if that bothers Mr. Medina. Mario has been true on the previous 9 extra point attempts. Once again, get the replay of the Shepard touchdown run after the short pass.
I thought Andrew Lane was going to catch it, but he pulled away from it.
Nope, he missed it this time. So he's 9 of 10 in extra points.
He's tired, legs tired.
So our score with 4 seconds left to go. Teague 69 and Lexington 26. Invite you to be tuned to Waco ISD TV the rest of this weekend and this coming week, as you can see the replay of not only this game but the contest between University and Belton, and then the other contest of this trilogy between Waco High and Harker Heights. Am I using too big of words tonight?
You certainly are. I will have a dictionary up there next week.
Did I work on my vocabulary on the off season?
Yes, you did. You did. Be a long bus ride back to Lexington tonight. You know it?
Yes, sir. Few bumps and bruises. Few bruised egos, but they will recover. Zach Harris has it measured for the kickoff. Looking for his target man on the near side, Grant Beeman. Beeman's already called for the fair catch and has made it at the 29-yard line. No time run off the clock.
I'm just wondering, looking at the Teague bench, if they can go too deep across the board. They don't have a whole lot of folks. They got 3 guys down there in civvies, you know.
Okay, now at halftime, the Teague band had several of the football players out playing with the band at halftime.
Okay, so let the band members play the second half?
Yeah.
That's fair and square.
Yeah, let some of the band members come in and play in the reserve role.
Some of those guys got that tubas.
Yeah. Dillon trying to find running room. There's none there.
And that is the end of the third quarter.
Notice that Cooper's not in the game. They had a different running back, Laura, in there, but that's the end of our third quarter. Our score is Teague 69, Lexington 26. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment on Waco ISD TV. Mark Smith along with Butch Henry back at Waco ISD Stadium for the fourth quarter of action between Teague and Lexington. Lexington trails 69-26 and has the football at their own 28-yard line, facing a second down and 9. Completed pass out in the flat. That's something we haven't seen a whole lot from Lexington tonight. Making the catch is Jacob Mull, head coach's son. He gets the first down out of it. Out around the 40-yard line.
Knocked out of bounds by Cooper Jones that time for the Teague line. Now, yeah, we haven't seen that play before. We might see it some more, though, now. There's another good look at it.
Lexington has not thrown that many passes. They have relied on the legs of their quarterback, Nick Dillon, and their rather large running back, Lachey Cooper. Cooper not in the game right now. Berto Lara in there. Pass is in and out of the hands of Beeman. They only completed 2 passes tonight, Coach.
Yep.
That one, though, I don't think was the quarterback's fault. Second down and 10. Dillon has receivers on both sides. Now 3 will come to the near side. Handoff goes to Lara, and he's up to the 45-yard line. A game of about 4 on the play, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Lara brought down by big Aaron Guest that time. Big senior from Teague. Like I say, they don't show the weights on here, but some of these guys pretty good size.
Quarterback Dillon has targets of Patchkey and Beeman on the far side. On the near side, he has Jacob Mull along with Andrew Lane. That's Mull in motion. Looking to pass and nobody there. Somebody missed an assignment on their route.
Yes, they did.
Either that or the quarterback wasn't necessarily on the same page as the receivers. Going to bring up a 4th down and 6.
You gonna kick it?
Yes, sir.
I kick that rascal far as I could. I'm not
Got
lying.
a little bit of wind at your back. Got your rugby-style kicker here. Back to receive the punt is Xavier Dixon. He's a senior for the Teague Lions. Punt snap gets away from the punter, and he will not be able to get away from the rush. Great open field tackle by J.T. Jones.
I told you, that's my man, J.T. Jones.
Absolutely. Wow. That gives the Teague Lions the ball at, for them, point-blank range. They're at the 22. Just not a whole big chance there for the punter.
JT.
He was in there in a hurry, and that's a great open field stop.
Now we'll see if Teague is going to go with some backups or dash with who brung them. Looks like the same bunch going after the meet.
Austin Skinner is the quarterback. He also has John Love in the backfield with him. Did see a new wide receiver in sophomore Cooper Jones out there. Hand off to Love, and Love is just trying to weave his way through traffic. Manages to pick up about 4 yards to the 18.
Getting up off the bottom of the pile for Lexington was Chase Alert. I like that name, Alert.
Skinner to pass. It's complete, and in for the touchdown is Robbie West. West caught that pass kind of on the hip. There's the man that is guiding this offense, Austin Skinner. Done a heck of a job tonight. 75-26 our score.
That tell you would hit 100 tonight?
It's a possibility.
What is 75-26?
That's 100.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Actually, it's 101, but who wants to argue?
Yeah, well, I thought you meant for one team.
No. I don't think we'll make that.
I don't know.
I hope not. Wonder what's the most points ever scored at WISD Stadium. This got to be amongst them.
Absolutely got to be amongst them. I don't remember anyone scoring 75 in this stadium.
No, I don't either.
While we were here. Jones with the hold, Medina with the kick. He's good with this one. 76-26 with 10 minutes and 3 seconds left to play. Once again on the replay, you see the nice catch in traffic by Robbie West, and carries a Lexington Eagle into the end zone with him.
Now, following the contest, if it's still not past midnight, or whatever they call it, but we'll be visiting with the offensive player of the game, defensive player of the game, and the coach from the winning team, which there is a committee that will give us that information a little bit later, but I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say all three of them will be from Teague.
That's not a very thin limb that you're out there on. Pretty sturdy limb. Yeah, and I'm going to bet one of them's name is Skinner.
I bet it is, too. The other one could be Love, could be Mitchell.
Or it could be
but they're all offense.
a guy named Jones.
Yeah, J.T. Jones would be a good one.
Or a guy named Crawford.
Yep.
We have called those guys' names quite often tonight. Zach Harris right up at the north 40 to kick the ball away to Lexington. Kicks this one a little deeper. Lara has the football. Finds a little running room up the middle with the cutback. He's got a hole. He's got a blocker. The kicker, the only man to beat, and a good job by Zach Harris to hold him up. A great tackle by, was that Jamal Keener with the big hit that dislodged the football?
I didn't know it was him or number 4, Cooper Jones, but he tattooed him pretty good, whoever it was.
Lexington was able to get back on the football, though. That was Nathaniel Clifford who got on the loose pigskin. Possibly the best starting field position for an offensive possession tonight for Lexington as they start off at Teague's 40-yard line. So that's a really nice return by Berto Lara. Nick Dillon, the quarterback, has his big running back LaShae Cooper with him again in the backfield. Cooper's got the football. Nice stutter step to get him to open up the middle. It's finally the safety who has to bring him down. Cooper Jones gets low on him while the pursuit catches him from behind, but not before Cooper rumbles all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, LaShae Cooper's had a good night rushing the football. He's got to be over 100 yards, well over it, I would think.
That might have even got him close to 200 right there. Like I say, I lost track somewhere in that third quarter when they just kept running play after play after play. Dillon keeps it, sidesteps a couple of guys, breaks open in the middle. Nice juke step will get him into the end zone for the touchdown. It's a two-play drive for the Lexington Eagles.
Yes, sir, buddy.
They get on the scoreboard with 8:50 left to go in the contest.
That was a nice run that time by Nick Dillon, as he kind of did a couple of juke moves. Look at him right here. Now watch him, he'll come back this way, yeah, a little shake and bake. There he goes. Nice run.
First time tonight we've seen Lexington kick the point after. Colby Bexley is able to get it through the uprights. Lexington on the scoreboard with 8:50 left to play, but they still trail 76-33 to the Teague Lions. Once again, we see Nick Dillon breaking loose for the touchdown with a good move there at about the 10-yard line. He and Cooper have carried the mail tonight for Lexington. They're going to help this ball club win some games down the road. They just got in a hole early in this one tonight.
Yeah, they did. The first play of the game. I guess that is kind of early.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, they got a tough road to hoe with Franklin and Jewett, Leon, Buffalo. And Hearn has been good in the past. I know Teague's trying to get as many players in the game as possible, but Sometimes you see 1, 2, 3, 4 Teague players around the 42-yard line that are not suited out. So that kind of hampers their depth a little bit.
I'm only counting about 15 uniforms on the sideline. Well, there's, like you say, not a whole lot of depth there. On the kick return, Teague only able to get it back to about the 23-yard line. That was Zach Bell who made the catch right at the top of the shoestrings.
I'm looking to see who their backup quarterback may be. I don't think they have one. Only quarterback they show on this program is Austin Skinner.
Skinner is putting his helmet back on the sideline as he talks to the offensive brain trust for Teague.
If I'm Coach Osborne here, I don't care if you have your stars in there or not. I'd run the football.
Yes, sir. It is Skinner that goes back out as quarterback, but he's got a new running back with him as Myron Busby will join him in the backfield. Busby gets the handoff. Busby with fresh legs breaks out for about a 5-yard gain to the 38-yard line.
Busby just a junior, so we'll get him a little bit of experience.
And he comes up limping after that run. Teague's got too many men on the field. Hand it off to Busby again. He gets a couple of yards up to the 40. He was limping after that last play, and he's going to stay down now. He's saying, hey, look, I can't go. He's having a little trouble there. Maybe it's a cramp.
I think old Zach Bell's going to come in and get a little action to running the football.
Bell with the football. He'll only get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down.
That's a nice tackle by Trevor Potchke that time.
Number 6, Bell, Derrick, brought down by 5 again. Laura brings up 4th down.
4th and 3. And apparently Teague does have a punter.
Yep.
This
hasn't been out there most of the night, has it?
The first time we've seen Kavontre Brooks.
I wouldn't want to say that name all night.
Well, go ahead.
Kavontre Brooks.
There you go. A pretty good punter. Lara from the 25. Looking for another good return, or actually that's number 9, Ryan Garrison with the football, and Garrison gets it up to about the 45.
Rock, I'm going to step down here and see my committee right quick.
Okay.
Because they're 2 doors down.
All right. Get that. You're good. Never mind. 6 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the contest. Teague with a comfortable 76-33 lead over the Lexington Eagles. Nick Dillon comes back out at quarterback along with this running back, Lachey Cooper. 3 receivers to the right side. But the handoff goes to Cooper. Cooper bounces off some would-be tacklers. Keeps the play alive, but he'll lose yardage. Back to the 41-yard line, a loss of 2 on the play for Lachey Cooper. Cooper is senior. Quarterback Nick Dillon's just a sophomore, though. Andrew Lane comes from the sideline and will be the wide receiver on the near side. That's Sam Perry along with Grant Beeman and Jacob Mull as the receivers on the far side. Dillon keeps the football, gets a nice block. A good move gets him to the 45-yard line, but a great open field tackle there by Cooper Jones for Teague. Grabbed him by the shoestrings. Third down and about 8 for Lexington as the clock rolls to under 5.5 minutes. Has the committee spoken, Coach?
Yes, they have. Our offensive player MVP is Austin Skinner, no surprise. Defensive MVP is Dylan Crawford. So be visiting those two young men and Coach Osborne.
Nick Dillon gets caught from behind, waiting for a hole to open up. Great job of pursuit by Teague's Jamal Keener there. Keener, a senior linebacker, also sometimes plays tight end on offense. Brings a punting situation for Lexington. 4th and 7 at their own 46-yard line. Xavier Dixon will wait for the punt from W.E. Muth. Got a flag thrown. We saw some motion in the line. It is a procedure call against Lexington, which will move the football back a little. For the first game of the year, Coach, this has been relatively penalty-free.
It certainly has. It certainly has. It's been a long football game, but it wasn't because of the penalties. You score combined for over 100 points, you're going to have a long game.
Had the injury earlier to Chandler Hunt, but we're told that he's okay. Muth with that rugby-style punt, gets it away and gets off a good one. It takes the Lexington roll inside the 5, and Lexington's down there to down it inside the 2. Boy, that's a great job on the kick team.
Very good.
Down there to kill it for Lexington is Nick McMahon.
Now let's see if Austin Skinner goes back in at quarterback. Now they got a flag on the play about the 42-yard line.
A holding call against Lexington. That probably will move this back. We'll probably have to re-kick.
Yep.
As you know, Teague doesn't want to be in the shadow of their own goal line if they can keep from it, even though they do have a 76-33 lead.
I'd say this would be one of the biggest comebacks in history if it happens. Agree with that?
I would have to agree. You were talking names earlier.
Yes.
One of the best names I've ever seen from a high school football player was a linebacker. I can't remember what team they were playing against Corsicana, but his name was Chopper Davidson.
Chopper Davidson.
Which made me ask, of course, is his dad's name Harley?
Yeah, I got you. There you go. I knew that was coming. I guess one of the best coaches' names got to be down Martin, doesn't it?
Rusty Nail.
Golly.
Absolutely. He's on that all-name team.
Yep.
Looks like Teague is going to refuse the penalty and go ahead.
You remember Hank Hollywood? He was up at Itasca or Italy or somewhere like that.
I missed that one. Austin Skinner is the quarterback. At least I think that's 15, or is that 11? Handoff goes to number 22, Myron Busby.
15?
Yeah, it is 15. Okay. It's one thing I forgot tonight was my binoculars. I'll have them tomorrow. I promise.
I'm going to count on you. I'm writing that down.
3 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. Teague trying to roll off the final moments of this contest. Skinner lets the play clock wind down before he asks for the football. Busby once again with the carry. Out across the 15 and picks up the first down. That'll give Teague another chance to run at least 3 more plays. They'll start the clock once again as the chains are set. Matter of fact, they have done that now. So I have about 2:40 left when they snap the football here. Skinner exercising a little clock management now. High snap, but a good job by Skinner to pull it down. New running back in the game is Kobe Brooks. Because of the high snap, the timing of that play was disrupted, so Brooks doesn't get a whole lot out of it.
Clark, I'll be making my way down to visit with Austin Skinner, Dylan Crawford, and Donnie Osborne. And if it comes game goes in overtime, I'll be back.
I'll see you downstairs. Second down and 13. Ball's on the 12. No room in the middle there for the Teague running back. Lexington defense getting a little revenge there as they get all over Zach Bell as he tries to get up the middle, but he'll lose yardage back to the 8-yard line. Bring about a 3rd and 17. A minute 40 left to go in this contest. Teague on top 76-33. Skinner looking to pass, and it's incomplete. This is Cooper Jones with that one. Skinner has not missed a whole lot of passes tonight. When I last lost count, he had completed about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of 15 passes. That was early in the third quarter when I lost count. Punting situation, just the second punt tonight for Teague. Back to receive for Lexington is Ryan Garrison. Nice high kick, gets away from Garrison. Teague Lions all over the football. There to recover it was Cody Gonzalez. And Teague will keep the football. That's been the story tonight for Lexington. Is in the kicking game. They have coughed up the football. The procedure penalty against Teague, though, will bring this one back as there's a flag back at the 5-yard line. So Lexington gets new life as that turnover will not go against them. After Teague scored on the very first play of the game on the ensuing kickoff, Teague was not able to handle the kickoff, or Lexington wasn't. You see the ball go right through the arms. Garrison not able to hold on to it. Gonzalez down there to recover it, but we'll get the re-kick here after the procedure penalty against Teague. Nose up spiral. Garrison makes the catch and will fall forward up to the 35-yard. Well, actually, he apparently made a fair catch signal, and they're going to call him down at the 38. 53 seconds left to this one. Mentioning how this one got out of hand early as Teague scored that first touchdown on the 73-yard pass from Skinner to Mitchell. Then the fumble on the ensuing kickoff gave Teague the football at the Lexington 48. 4 plays later, John Love was in the end zone from 37 yards out to make it 14-0. Once again, a miscue on the kick return team from Lexington gave the ball to Teague, and they only took 2 plays to get it into the end zone from the 47-yard line. The touchdown, another 37-yard run by Love. It was 21-0, and there was still 10-16 left to go in the first quarter. Meanwhile, that guy for Lexington, Lachey Cooper, has done a yeoman's work. He'll earn his sleep tonight as much as he's run the football. Trying to keep Lexington in this ball game. At last count, I had him with 15 carries for 155 yards and a couple of touchdowns tonight. This one's been pretty much Teague from the first play of the night. 15 seconds left to go. This will be their final play. Nick Dillon hands it off to Lachey Cooper. Cooper will carry a couple of Teague Lions down to the 29-yard line. And that's it. That'll do it. The final horn has sounded here at Waco ISD Stadium as the Teague Lions win their season opener over the Lexington Eagles by a score of 76-33. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll have our post-game interviews right here on Waco ISD TV.
Back at Waco ISD Stadium, In the Derrick Johnson Kickoff Classic, as the Teague Lions have handily defeated Lexington tonight. Our defensive player of the game is Dylan Crawford. Our offensive player is Austin Skinner first. Dylan, you guys put on a pretty good show tonight.
Yes, sir. We just went out there and did what our coach told us to do, and read our assignments, read our keys, and played smash mouth football, and that's what got us there.
You know, last year you guys had a good record, but your defense was a little suspect. Do you think it's better this year?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I think the offense is no longer going to have to carry our defense.
What about playing out here at the Derrick Johnson Classic at this beautiful facility?
Oh, it was very enjoyable. I had a great time. I look forward to coming here again.
You know, these district games, non-district games, all they do is get you ready for district, but you guys got some folks down the road. The Elkhart and Malakoff going to be pretty tough.
Yes, sir. We're just going to prepare and get ready for them and play them like any other team.
All right, good luck. Have a safe trip back.
Thank you.
I just visited now with the quarterback, Austin Skinner. I don't know how many touchdown passes you threw tonight. I think it was 8 or 9, but I lost count. But you flinged it pretty good.
Thank you. Our receivers made plays. They were in cover 0. Our receivers are really athletic. They got open, and my job wasn't very hard. It was all them.
This is a pretty senior-laden team. You got you and Love and Mitchell. And I tell you what, you got Love can tote the mail. You got Mitchell. Boy, he got great hands.
Yes, sir, he does. He's been there since sophomore year. We connect well, and I like the way we used our other receivers tonight, Robbie West and Will Van Winkle, and Mikael Shepard had a good night too.
None of this would be possible without your offensive line giving you time.
No doubt. We had one of our main offensive line. He was injured this week. Teddy Phillips stepped in this week. He played great. Offensive line did good. Chandler Hunt went down. Aaron Guest stepped up. Offensive line did good.
What's your impression of the Waco ISD Stadium and the Derrick Johnson Classic?
I mean, it was an honor. It was a lot of people here. It was a nice locker room. I mean, it was fun.
All right, tell me this. How good can this Teague team be once district play starts?
As good as we allow ourselves to be.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's bring Coach Osborne in here. And good to see you, young man. You might want to save some of those points when we play Elkhart and Malakoff, reckon?
Oh, we're going to need all the points we can get against those cats, I promise you. Yeah.
You know, last year your team was offensively was very good, defensively a little suspect. Did you see improvement in your defense tonight?
First half, no. First half, we were very frustrated. It's probably the most frustrated I've been at a halftime in a long time. But third quarter, we came back out, got three and outs, I think, played really well, gave up a score in the fourth quarter. But we saw flashes of what we want to be in the third quarter, and we knew that quarterback was going to run the counter, and they were going to run the counter with the tailback all night long on us, and they did it. And we just up front, we just kept getting upfield and getting trapped, and it was not productive. But we saw some good things. We're going to get there.
After the opening kickoff, I bet you thought this game's going to be pretty easy. Then you could first play of the game, you scored.
Heck, I think 2 minutes gone, it was 21-0. I thought, well, but then I've never been so frustrated up that many points and frustrated in my life, you know. But we're going to get there.
What about the Derrick Johnson Kickoff Classic? Give you kids the opportunity to play in this nice facility.
Oh, unbelievable chance to do this. You know, Derrick Johnson's a class act. When he was down at Texas, I followed him all the time. Unbelievable football player. And for us, be able to bring our guys over here, initially I wasn't really excited about it. I thought, that's just what I need, is more pressure for my first game ever. But I knew we'd be okay, but unbelievable opportunity. Loved it over here. Y'all did a fantastic job.
Coach, you cannot win them all if you don't win the first one. Is that correct?
Yeah, you got to win that first one. It's the most important one.
I got to ask you a question. You got some great players on the team, but I fell in love with number 8, J.T. Jones, and if he weighs over 150 pounds, I'll buy you a steak dinner.
Yeah, that's it. I tell you what, pound for pound, he's our best football player. He's our toughest, best leader we have, best vocal leader, best on-the-field leader. With our defensive guys, he can play any spot in the secondary or any linebacker spot we're going to play, and he'll know the stunts, the responsibilities. He's just one of those kids.
Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Have a good trip back. You bet. Bring on Lark in, wrap her up.
Tell you what, we said from the outset that they were going to put a lot of points on the board. I just don't think Johnny Tusa expected to give his scoreboard a workout like this the first game out.
Yep. It was something else. And like I say, offensively, Teague's a very good team. If they can store up that defense a little bit, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
So the Teague Lions come out on top of this one over the Lexington Eagles. That's it for Coach Butch Henry. I'm Lark Smith. Good night from Waco ISD TV.